Oh no. Hi. Hello, everybody. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're joining me from. Welcome to the first stream ever on Fast Play's new internet streaming home, First Aid Spray's streaming channel, where we will be streaming both Itchy Painty for the foreseeable future and other gaming-related content. Speaking of Itchy Painty, hi, my name is Burger, aka Itchy. And oh, speaking of, hello, Sai. What's going on, gorgeous? How you doing? Can you hear me okay? Does it look okay? Can y'all see? So I also use this as an opportunity to reset my space to something a little more neutral. I've been having a hard time getting the camera to focus in on stuff I want to. So that's what puts us here. I'm putting on a glove now because I will be airbrushing and handling the miniature I'm painting quite a bit. We're going to be doing a little bit of shading. Not a lot. Like I said before, I don't want these miniatures to be shaded that much. But first, as you can see, this has been a while since I picked it up. This is the Roy Mustang piece I started last time we did the stream. I'm just going to dust it off because it's gotten a little dusty. I usually like to, before this stuff gets dusty, I'll coat it in a varnish to like break its surface tension. But I didn't have the chance. It's been a bit of a week. I had a tough time at work. But I'm excited for this one. This is actually a project I'm really passionate about. I did finish Azula, which, if my therapist gets back to me, we'll have a home soon. Mentioned they had a terminal patient who was a big fan of ATLA, might appreciate something cool to look at that would, I was going to offer to donate it to that person, just because like it's going to sit on my shelf if it might help somebody feel better. I want to be a part of that. Sound is all good from there. One more thing I do want to check, if I could, is I'm going to pause, and then after I pause, just tell me, oh, hey, Cho, what the delay looks like so I know what to anticipate for. So go from now. Just let me know when it catches up. That's weird because it probably also puts the chat on delay. I genuinely don't know what I'm asking for. So, for those of us who may not know, I am working on a Roy Mustang figure for the stream today. Roy Mustang being a very important character in the show of the name Full Metal Alchemist. In it, he plays the Flame Alchemist, and I'm just painting his uniform, which is it's a blue. Now you'll notice my blue's a little richer than there it is. Okay, cool. It's a little richer than in the anime. I did think about that, and I am going to use this color here, Rust Gray, to kind of bring it down a little bit. Not too much, because I still want it to be like a rich and like bold blue. The goal was not to take that away from it, but in addition to being rich and bold, it does need to have that sort of gray tone to it. So we're going to try to mix some of this together. When I decided to do this stylistic shift with these minis, or rather statues, I guess they're only miniatures in the general scale of like people, but in terms of what we usually paint in the channel, it is much larger than the typical scale than they do. It's also the scale I'm most comfortable with myself. Russ Gray, you know that guy. Oh, hey, look who it is, James, joining us from beautiful wherever his sister lives. Hi, James, and please, my best to your beloved sibling, and please tell her I said happy birthday. Happy birthday, Zoe. Zoe's birthday now coincides with the launch of Fast Play Network on YouTube. So there. Since we do have the beloved fearless leader here, we'll note that it actually asks you for a what's the word I'm thinking of? It asks you for a thumbnail prior to starting the stream on OBS. So I didn't do that, so I don't know if that's going to be a problem for later. Gonna be home soon. James is going home soon. James, I can't wait. Oh, sorry. Got my leg touching my desk as I shaking the paint. Can y'all hear my airbrush, by the way? Does that come through loudly? Adding creating my magic potion right now. My magic potion of blue. Alright, cool. You can actually probably even change that a little bit without damaging my voice too much. Let me see if this helps. Does that make it better? Or can you hear me like not so bad? Yeah, this is gonna be awesome. So I started talking about this, but got distracted because I have a condition called ADHD, which makes focusing difficult. I did take my meds already, so that is probably not the problem. At least I hope not. Anywho, so you can see me in here. I'm actually gonna move this out of the way so I don't make a dumb mistake. Just mixing the colors up and get us so again, getting distracted because I distracted myself while I was getting distracted. Was to use minimal shading. No, it's okay. I just got so excited that people came. We're going to start off at a pretty nondescript spot on this miniature. And the most nondescript spot actually isn't what I'm looking at right now. I'll show you where it is. It is right here, baby. Look at them cheeks. I say this is the most nondescript part of the model because it is where he's got a coat that will cover most of this. You gotta be really soft-handed here, it looks like. I'm doing pretty poorly if y'all care to know that. I don't know if you can see much of anything that's happening because it's pretty glossy. But you'll notice that if I turn my lighting down, damn booties, fully caked out. Let me turn it down a little bit. Maybe that'll help. It's not quite different enough. It's a subtle thing. It will make sense when I'm closer to done because I do have to add some more of the gray in. But right now we're just kind of laying some groundwork, some soft lightning. So he'll have a cape here, which will help. Or a coat, rather. I have to adjust some stuff here. I'm not able to get the angles I want. So we're gonna boops this up scotch, boop this up a scotch. We're gonna just recenter. By the way, new color today, everybody. Slate granite. The secret when you're doing these things too is kind of keep it at a similar angle. I want to paint it from this direction. Anybody in class want to tell me why I want to paint it in this direction and I don't want to take it upside down? Basically this entire process I'm doing right now, you're going to want to paint just like this. Oh boy, you can see where I screwed that up pretty bad. Oh. Zenithal highlighting is correct, James. Yes. Because of the nature of how stuff working on a propulsion works, it shoots straight out in front of it itself. So if I kind of keep it at an angle as I highlight, it'll naturally give me free shadows that I really don't have to try too hard for. Like on this butt. Yes. All right. Sorry about that. I got really into this for a moment. I really do think that this rust gray is the right call. And I got into seeing. I saw a vision of the future, y'all. And in it, this model looked dope. Just made it less saturated. That is so cool. Actually, I think it's the perfect blue now. Absolutely. This looks amazing. Yeah, drop in the live chat and hang out with me. I mean, if you want to. I mean, Sai could come hang out too if you wanted to, but like, you don't have to. Y'all are good. Aha. So one of the things I noticed, I had to JoJo's vibes. You know what? With this company and these minis, I am so shocked that every time I see Jotaro or one of the JoJos come up, it never gets it. I gotta tell you, given how many big titty, this is terrible. I'm sorry. Given how many big titty anime girls they do, like I'm surprised that when I saw Joylene like last month, Joylene didn't make it. I do appreciate that reference. It is a good reference. And no, it's funny, you had the exact same thought, given the whole pose and everything, too. No, fuck. So I just did a dumb. Yeah, you may have noticed me pointing my airbrush at the model as I was about to eject paint from the nozzle. This is actually going to be a fun, like, part of my plan for the stream today, by the way, is after I get the blue blocked in, I'm going to paint the rest of the jacket to finish it, to paint the jacket to completion, to kind of lock in the rest of the theme, the scheme, like the colors. Fuck. Sorry, everybody. Do they have other? They do. I believe there's an Alphonse. Shoot me a message on Discord, and they have a list of all of their previous models, and I'll double check. I believe I saw an Alphonse. I think it was a interesting Alphonse too, because it was like, if it's the one I think it is, I saw an Alphonse recently that was really cool because it was like, he was like busted up and like sitting and like, I don't know, had like plants in it. It was neat. Looked battle scarred. I liked it. So there's talking about other future projects that you might see on this particular version of Itchy Painty. I recently backed a Kickstarter for miniatures from a book series I really enjoyed called The Stormlight Archive. And so there's this like new trend where people are making like book nooks, like a diorama for a book that like sits inside of a shelf, and they're selling the miniatures in 4 different, like one for each book. And I want to make a little in book like a book nook, like little lit display for each one. I think that'd be cool. Face is cute. Sorry, I just like to lash out sometimes. Book Nick diorama. Yeah, like you can Google it. Like people do shit all the time. A lot of Harry Potter fans do it. I think I've seen some for Lord of the Rings too. That was pretty cool. It's like the new guilting. That was a big thing for book people for a while, was to get the 3/4 guilting on your book painted. So I'm just trying to firm up the control mechanism of my airbrush.
Hello.
Ah!
Did I fucking spook you?
You did. You fucking spooked me. Jesus.
Don't worry, guys. The negative of the talent has
Oh
arrived.
man. The
That's me.
negative of the talent. I hate to turn you down. You're way loud, friends.
Am I really loud?
You're super duper loud. Try again.
Have you made me loud, or
No,
was
it's just I hadn't adjusted it yet because nobody was here. I was all by myself.
Oh, I wanted to know if it was my end or.
No,
All right.
no, you're fine. How was your time off with your sister?
It was good. You know,
I mean,
it was go with my sister, but it's a family dinner, so.
Oh, your mom was there.
It's a family dinner,
How was your mom?
She's all right. She's good.
You say that and then start chuckling uncontrollably.
She's good. Yeah.
Is she though? It's not your fault, yeah.
Apparently, my mom had a cough. And she said it's not COVID.
Did she get a test to prove it's not COVID, or does she just have a sense about that?
Yeah,
sort of thing?
apparently they had a test. My mom was like coughing the entire time. Do you know how embarrassing it is to be in a pub
With your mom coughing?
like full of people because the day before like an old person gets buried, and yeah, pretty embarrassing.
Sounds pretty embarrassing. Your life must be so hard.
It's pretty embarrassing. Yeah, I know it's a first world problem. I mean, it's an all world problem actually. I feel like anybody, when you go into anywhere and someone just starts coughing, everybody's just like, was it you? Do you have the COVID?
Did you get me sick?
Are you patient zero? Wait, naughty? Why am I naughty? What did I do? What did I do now? I'm always naughty. I am in this constant state of naughtiness.
James Payne. I'm going to guess that's Muzu.
It's Mizu. Hey, Mizu.
Muzu,
Hey, everybody.
Commenting that he's not able to give us his raid. You can tell people to come here, though. Just point in this direction. Just come on over. Jump platforms.
Yeah, just go to YouTube. It's better. To be honest, I think I should just make the jump on my own personal
see,
channels.
look at this. This is what happens when you're dumb, like me.
Yeah.
Look at that. You see that? You see it? You see what I've done? You see the?
I'm a bit behind because I'm watching the.
You see the speckles, James? You don't see the speckles, do you?
No.
They're there. They're there, y'all. Like.
I believe you.
I promise they're there. Actually, close this and maybe that will help.
I had the reason why. Oh, I see them now. Yeah.
Yeah. There they go.
I had possibly one of the driest Hunter's chicken today that I've ever had. And I paid £10 for it.
Damn.
Which you know what Hunter's chicken is?
No, it just sounds terrible.
Hunter's chicken's really good. It's one of my. If I want to test a pub out or like a restaurant that sells, they have Hunter's chicken or they deal in a lot of meats. I had the Hunter's chicken. It always gives me a good gauge on what the food is like from that place.
Shepherd's pie would be mine.
No. Hunter's chicken is how many chicken breasts you like. covered in barbecue sauce, and then with wow, loud bikes on the road right now. Then with a cheese on top of the chicken. That's a Hunter's chicken.
That sounds terrible.
What?
You heard
it's
me.
Amazing.
It sounds awful. Sherry Bryant. Hey, Sherry.
Wow, I can't believe you just said that.
That sounds awful.
But
that sounds like bad barbecue.
That makes no sense. Anyway,
you just said it was chicken covered in barbecue sauce. How doesn't that make sense?
It doesn't make sense because you just said it's barbecue. That is barbecue. So you say barbecue's bad? I don't.
I'm saying your barbecue is bad.
All right, this has turned into a US UK thing. I get it now. Anyway, the main part of the meal is the chicken breast.
Listen.
I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening to you.
I'm listening. No, you will listen because barbecue comes from the Portuguese barbacoa, which is to say,
center of the universe. Yeah, so I have to listen to you.
It is a distinctly American art. Not necessarily North American, not necessarily United States of American, but it is decidedly American art form.
Yeah, I wonder what else the Americans are gonna take credit for.
This coming. Okay, we got jokes now, do we?
I am full of them. I've just had the driest Hunter's chicken. You do not want to cross me. Okay.
I'm crossing you. Here I go.
So the main part of that meal is the chicken breast, and if the chicken breast is dry, then the rest of the meal is trash. And like it was really dry.
Was it like dry and rubbery, like they had cooked it like hours ago?
It was like I could tell just by looking at it. The edges of the chicken were like a lightish brown. You know what I mean when I say that? And slightly translucent as well.
Yeah,
right. And I was like
sitting for a bit. It's rubbery.
I was like, no, it had no juice to it. Like the barbecue sauce they put on top
was the sauce
did not add like it didn't like normally that elevates the juiciness, but it didn't because it was fucking dry.
It just fucking sucked away your juice.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I'm so sorry. You struggle so much.
But then I had the apple crumble sundae jar, which was really nice. So that was nice. That was worth the £5 I paid for it, right? But the Hunter's chicken was trash. It was called the XL. Do you know what? It was called the XL Hunter's chicken on a skillet. It didn't even come in a skillet. It came on an oval plate. An oval plate. Just a normal plate. I wanted a skillet. It was on the thing. It was called the XL skillet.
What I'm hearing, James, is that not only did you get relegated poor quality chicken, but it was advertised. It got you didn't have a skillet. You did not have a skillet.
Didn't have a skillet. And do you know who else didn't have a skillet?
Who didn't have a skillet?
My sister. It was her birthday.
What?
Right? And she was meant to get a gammon. She had an XL gammon dinner we bought for her. Right. It also said on a skillet, and it also came on an oval plate.
No, not the gammon.
Yeah, guys, never go to the Fox and Hound. It's trash. I know there's probably about 102 Fox and Hounds in the UK.
There's actually a bunch of those here too.
It's like,
here's a fun fact. Here's a real quick fun fact. One of the first dates that May and I ever had was at the Fox and Hound.
Oh,
it's like literally cute. Where we went to lunch that first time.
No, you see, I know, unlike this Hunter's chicken, I know that Bergs and May are not dry. In their relationship, it's very moist, isn't it?
All the time.
Wet all the time.
Yeah, that's how I does it.
Does it?
That's how I does it. Yeah.
Yeah. Which one read to know? Right, it's the one in Sutton in Ashfield. Don't go. Yeah, don't go. It's bad.
I think
it's owned by that franchise, Green King. Right, the one that has the app.
What's funny about Fox and that specific Fox and Hound is I'll always remember because like when we started dating, this was a long time ago, but you could smoke in like pubs in PA back when we started dating, and this Fox and Hound place had like plaques like on the doodad on their fucking website indicating or like internet the website didn't have websites back then. This was 2008, but it was sorry. So they had, in addition to whatever was there, so I said more of the Fenrisian blue, about how their smoke system cleared all the smoke out. Like they had this hyperfiltration, like huge deal. And then within 6 months, Pennsylvania passed a law where you can't smoke indoors.
The fuckers. I mean, I get it, but
right.
Yeah.
How dare those people want health? How dare they?
It's actually, I got a funny like short story about smoking. So, Warhammer World, we went there a couple of weeks ago. Zoe is a smoker, and she had to go. She had to smoke. Right? We have like it's probably the same over there. We have designated smoking areas, and the designated smoking area, right, was a full 100 meters away from Warhammer World.
Oh, it probably has to be.
Right? It's wild. We had to like walk across this huge car park to go to this little corner where there was just a bunch of trash. You know, they just like put like those bins there full of stuff, right? And that was the smokers, like the designated smokers area. And I was like, that's hilarious.
I know none of you have ever seen it, but there's a show called a British show called The It Crowd. But there's a really funny scene where one of the characters starts smoking, but then they ban it at the office and they make the designated smoking area like in Eastern Europe. It's funny. It's a funny program.
Good to know since I'm likely in the area. Don't go there. Right. So here's another thing about Hunter's Chicken. Right. The best Hunter's Chicken I ever had was at this pub called the Red Lion, which coincidentally is the most popular pub name in England. So good luck finding this pub. Right. Probably doesn't have the same chef now, but it's in this. It was not in Cottingham, the village I used to live in, but it was in like this other village, like it was satellite villages around Corby where I used to live, and it had the best Hunter's Chicken and it had the best fillet steak. And what was even funnier about this Hunter's Chicken, right, is that it was a carvery. For those that don't know what carvery is, it's basically literally food is just left, and you need to basically you go through and pick what you want, right? And I don't know if they just put that chicken down, right, or I don't know, right? But that was the best Hunter's Chicken I've ever had, right? Whereas today's was 4.5 out of 10 for me. That one was peak Hunter's Chicken.
So, in the inevitable time when I do come to visit the UK, we're totally going to have a podcast episode where James and I go all over the UK. We visit different Red Lion pubs. We try the burger and the Hunter's Chicken.
I honestly, I don't think any burger is going to satisfy you.
How have you know?
Maybe Jay's Burgers. Maybe Jay's Burgers might satisfy
very
you.
easy to satisfy.
Jay's Burgers is the one I had. I think I showed you the picture from months ago when I went to the Valkyries. I was staying at theirs, and I had that. It was in like a brown box.
I do remember. I remember every burger anybody ever sends me ever.
Right? Yeah, because you have like a elephant's memory, but for burgers.
It's true.
That was pretty good. That was a pretty good burger. But like, if you try and get a burger from, like, say, from a franchise pub like the one I went to today, or like Weatherspoons or something like that, they're always dry. They used to be really good, but they lack flavor now. They don't taste like they've just been cooked. They taste like they've been frozen and then like thawed and then just slapped on a pan to make it hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you mean. God, do I?
No burger in the UK is going to be good enough. I would maybe Jay's Burgers might be good enough for burgers.
I also want to go to Pashunk. The Philly. There's a place called Pashunk Ave in London I want to go to.
Oh.
It's it's a Philly expat owned made his own cheesesteak place.
We're not starting that show, G. Not again.
What's that?
Yeah,
No,
I've read line.
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I
You
realize.
come to our country, right? You understand our ways. Okay, it's just different. It's different. You know, it's like Birmingham and Birmingham. I can't go to the US. I can call Birmingham Birmingham. Right? It's got to be Birmingham. You know, and I gotta respect that because that's US culture.
That's how we do it.
They taste that way because they have. Oh, I want to go there. Yeah, I've never had a Philly cheese steak.
Oh my god.
I've never had. I mean, I'm sure there's been like knockoffs. You know, this is a Philly cheese steak, but it's actually not. You know.
Yeah, no, it's an actual like. You get like Philly stuff there. It looks like it. I gotta tell you, it looks like a Philly bar. Like I've seen pictures of it. I had friends that went. I want to go.
Yeah. London imitates me. No, London does not imitate me. London intimidates me. My first time I went to London, we were like, yeah, let's go to London in the peak of summer on a Saturday. Huh? Sounds like a good idea, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like a fucking great time.
It was not a good time. It was a horrible time.
Why was it bad?
God, we were. I had a fascination with the franchise. Some of you may know in the chat.
Oh god!
Have you splurted all over the place again?
My glove broke.
Oh, I thought you splurged.
Oh no, not right now.
Live on YouTube.
I wear protection on stream.
Right, so I had a fascination back in the day with a franchise called Gadget Shop, and I wanted to go to the Gadget Shop in London because it was meant to be like the best gadget shop. They had like stupid, like just little things that you.
Yeah, we call those Spencer's gifts here.
Okay. So
it's a good burn that y'all didn't get. That's cool.
My family decided to go to Piccadilly Circus, which is, you know, really popular for its like shops there. And yeah, the gadget shop was great, but trying to get there, absolute fucking hell. It was like no man's land, right? Except full of people. Like I got fucking kicked in the side by someone, right? And I landed in a baby's pram. Right, with a baby in it.
A baby's pram with a baby.
And the mother's looking at me like, and I'm going, we can't hear each other because all you're hearing is, you know, people were just like bumbling around you. Yeah, and I'm like, I had to kind of go close to her and say, sorry, I didn't, you know, mean to Superman into your baby. Someone just fucking kicked me. I have no idea why. Yeah, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I got pickpocketed that day too. I'm not sure what I lost because it was a long time ago. And it was just for someone who doesn't like crowds, it was the worst time. Definitely go on a Monday.
Definitely go on a Monday.
Or stolen goods. No, there was definitely a baby in this pram because the mum looked really worried, and I was very worried for the baby too. Because I mean,
to be fair, being worried doesn't necessarily make a compelling case that it's not definitely stolen merchandise. If I were bumped into while I was carrying a tram full of stolen merchandise, I'd certainly look concerned too.
But yeah, it was awful, and I'd say sorry multiple times to the woman, and she just had her head afire, and I was like, I'm so sorry, but I didn't choose to fly into your baby.
You British are litigious people.
Maybe the baby pickpocketed me. Maybe I do. Maybe baby. I do remember like getting home and like remembering and well, not remembering, but going, oh, I feel like I got much less than I thought I did. Because when you're in that kind of haze and you have kind of that kind of social anxiety, you just want to go home.
Right.
Like all you're thinking about is going home. You don't care what you have in your hands, even though, you know, it's kind of weird because every time you get to a shop, it's a checkpoint.
It is.
So you get to a shop and it's like, oh, I'm okay again because I'm in a shop and now I can like distract myself with the things on the shelves and what I will or won't buy. Right, but then you go out into the street again, and it's like people just mumbling and bumping into you, and there's no clear right of way. Awful.
That sounds terrible.
Entirely possible. You know, there'll be one guy just saying that, whispering into my ear. TikTokers, he'll get that.
Really, that's gross. I heard I was walking the dog the other day, and I had my headphones in, but I wasn't listening to anything. I heard a fascinating conversation with some like high school children as they were like walking around, like walking home.
Yeah.
They were talking about.
They always have the best shit.
Well, like, so the context of this conversation is they were determining like which TikTok video format they were going to talk like, oh, you could have done this kind of video with like a task that a move that one of them had done at sports ball practice.
What's
like, I mean, I don't know what kind of sport it was. I think it was. I wasn't paying that much attention, but it was just fascinating that they were talking about like all these like, oh, you could have done this and we could have filmed you this way, and like that's what they were doing. Like that's the shit that the kids talk about on their way home from school now.
You talk about what video
they would have wanted to have made in a hypothetical situation where they would have the opportunity to like record themselves doing something cool.
I mean, respect, I guess, in a way. Because like what were you talking about when you were walking home from school?
I don't remember. Magic the Gathering cards, probably.
Right. I was probably talking about how much I hated, you know, Mr. Gray or...
Who's Mr. Gray?
He was a boring math teacher. Like,
oh, damn.
You know, get those followers up, yeah. It's all, it's all about, you know, engagement. Engagement. Video games. Yeah. What are you doing right now?
What am I doing right now? I'm cleaning my airbrush. I'm sorry, everybody.
Okay. I wonder what you're doing. Looks like a little cocoon on your desk there. I was wondering, are you evolving at any point? Or are you just gonna let it not become the best Pokemon Beedrill or?
Beedrill is not the best Pokemon.
Beedrill's best Pokemon.
I think James is having sport with me.
Only Aber is better.
Okay.
Thank you for removing that. It was gonna metamorphose, and that would have been a time. You would have had a Beedrill in your room.
I wouldn't have wanted a Beedrill in my room. The best Pokemon is Rotom.
Who?
Rotom.
Exactly. Who is that? You mean that lump of rock?
No. That's Geodude.
No. Rotom is the thing that looks like Thanos' fist, but without the Infinity Stones.
No.
Right?
Rotom is a little happy guy.
Wait! I'm thinking of Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, you do.
Let me just look him up. Yeah, no. Rotom is actually pretty cute.
Rotom is super cute. Oh my god.
Yeah, Rotom is pretty cute. Not all the best Pokemon.
Oh, see, you're allowed to be wrong.
My partner once overheard a high school girl tell her friend she was going to name her baby Chlamydia. Apparently, it's a lovely name.
It is a lovely name.
Were they going to call... Well, as short, were they going to call her Midia or...
Middies.
Or Mai? Maybe Clara?
Lydia, obviously. James, come on.
No, you can't do that. You can't get rid of the 3 words. They're going to call her Amy. Because the middle of the name. It makes no sense. Like, when people, why are your parents called you Amy? Because my real name is Chlamydia. It's not funny, but it's so funny to me.
It's terrible. We're awful, James.
No, we're not. I refuse to accept that. It's
okay.
What are your favorite Pokemons? Tell us in the
tell us in the chat,
and we'll tell you how you're wrong.
I won't tell you how you're wrong. That's James's idea. Like,
oh no, Burger will definitely tell you if you're wrong.
Come on, James. Be cool. Yeah. What are your favorite Pokemon? And I'll tell you why they're right, just to prove James wrong.
Yeah, there we go. I should do this more often.
I was gonna say
Oh man,
most of the things.
I'm so good at steering Burger to the right direction. Just gaslighting Burger just enough.
Just enough. So I don't catch on, and I think they're all my own ideas.
Right? I hear this is.
I'll be like, no, fuck you, James. I'm gonna do the nice thing. And James doesn't say. James looks at the camera and nods quietly.
I do that like thinking face, tap my forehead.
Trans rights Eevee, hell yeah. Now.
Oh, nice. Eevee's good. Eevee's a good one.
Which brand of Eevee do you evolve into?
I'm pretty sure that all of my friends evolve theirs to Umbreons. Like every single one of them.
I'm the Fey Eevee, the one that's got fairy. That's me.
Is a fairy Eevee?
I don't know. I'm guessing there is because of Fey type is my favorite.
I'm trying to think. Sure, no idea. I'm gonna see. Hang on. Also, Eevee Evolutions sounds really weird to put down. Oh, is Espeon fairy? No, psychic.
Sylveon, I think.
Sylveon. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, you're right. There you go.
Yeah.
Sylveon. Yeah, we got Sylveon, Espeon, Glaceon, Flareon, Jolteon, Leafeon, Umbreon, and Vaporeon. Sylveon is the fairy Eevee, and she is a trans flag on Les. Literally!
Yeah.
Literally, love it. Like, Abra is my favorite Pokemon only because every time I play Pokemon, I spend hours at Nugget Bridge trying to catch one. And if I'm to put that much work into getting something, it's going to become my favorite. Like, I have to, just out of spite.
Yeah, well, how's your multi-tool in No Man's Sky? You like your multi-tool in No Man's Sky, James? James?
I'm leaving.
You like your multi-tool in No Man's Sky? Is it your favorite? James? James? I asked you a question, James.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did you ask? Did you answer my question?
What was the question?
How do you feel about your S-Rank multi-tool in?
I can't hear you. What was the question?
I
can't hear you. I think you might be going into a tunnel.
I'm not going into a tunnel, James.
Something. Yeah, I can see you on camera. You're going
being obtuse,
into
James.
a tunnel.
Sai, tell him.
You are triggering me right now.
He is being unreasonable.
I'm being unreasonable. You're trying to remind me of the biggest fucking disappointment in my life. Spending days going to hundreds of stations. And then this individual on the stream that I am co-hosting with goes to one station.
Literally the first one I go
one
to.
Immediately.
Oh my goodness, it was so funny.
But who has over 25 exotic ships?
No, well, I only need the one. That's the only one I care about.
I had to because I spent so much time.
I'm painting boots.
So much time trying to get this fucking exotic, multi-tool. I had to use the currency that I had earned from doing all that, right, to get my own. I had to work for that. I earned but this motherfucker. I'm just gonna turn up a station.
I'm just gonna go around and I'm gonna tank everybody's economy for about 10 minutes. That's literally all I did in No Man's Sky.
That's literally all I did as well. I was like, "Oh, sweet! You're really low on whatever the material is." But
that'd be a real shame if somebody were just to come market manipulate your ass. Oh, wait. I just did.
It's a free market. I can do what I want. Yeah, that's what you scream at people, by the way. When the market is unfair, you just scream, "It's a free market!"
It's a free country.
No, it's a free universe, right?
I mean, free radicals.
Yes. I mean, they were edgy friends, Si. Sorry to go back. They were edgy friends, but not so more. Now I think they've just, like, encompassed the Umbreon. So now they, Umbreon is their favorite just because they spent so much. It kind of like me trying to get the multi-tool, really.
You just bonded with it. Like right
I didn't even need the multi-tool. It's so funny because the multi-tool I had was far better than the exotic one.
It just, the fact that it was exotic.
But I had to get it, because it was exotic. Man. Fucking hate that game. I think it was shortly after I got it as well that I just uninstalled it.
Yeah, we just stopped playing.
I was like, sweet, I've got it. I'm leaving. Fuck this game.
Never playing it again. Uninstalling forever.
Yeah. Seriously though, that game is super fun. I'll go back to it. Like it's like Minecraft, right? It's like a game that, every year you'll go back to for a couple of weeks just because it's a nice time. I'll do that with No Man's Sky as well.
I'm having a hard time with my airbrush right now.
Oh no.
It's my own fault. So I there's a chuck that goes back here that holds the needle in place so that it I can properly interface with my device.
Oh my god, you interface with your device?
All the time. At least 3 or 4
fucking
times. At least 3 or 4 times a day. Wow. Okay.
Speaking about interfacing
with devices,
specifically, I've started up Cyberpunk again.
Have you?
And and now my PC can actually run it because optimization, etc. Not like any good quality, but I can run it fine. I went to a sex shop today in that game, which there are many of, and to do a mission. And on the shelves were these ginormous dildos.
Ginormous.
And I'm like talking like 4.5 feet long, like fucking 1 foot wide dildos. Like, and someone had spikes on them, so technically they were like even bigger than that. Like, you don't need dildos that big.
No, you don't.
There is no reason. That's just pain.
This is too big.
Those are pain dildos.
Pain-dos.
Pain. They were just, and there was every single one was this big. There wasn't like one was like, just a small like bullet one, and like one was like a, just a medium size. No, they were all fucking like souped up horse dicks. Like, they're wild. Go on. Yeah, I was just looking at him going, that's just no way. No hole is going to be their goal, like, ever. Like, this just wasn't happening. Obviously, it's meant to be a joke, right? It's meant to be a joke, but anyway, that's my interfacing.
I'm back. Sorry, I stepped away for a second.
That was a mistake.
You were a mistake.
Okay.
Wait, I don't even know what I walked into. What happened? What controversial opinion did James just say that I shut down?
So I didn't say an opinion.
Oh. What did
you just said that was a mistake.
Oh. I heard something was a mistake and just decided to be contrary. Probably should have picked my moment a little bit better.
Every day. No, thank you. Yeah, it's there was like these torsos like that were in a line which looked way more like
Mm.
they look better. Like, okay, they look like you can work with something, but every single sex toy was
Was
fucking
so extra sexy.
yeah. Also, sorry, Si, this is probably gonna have to go up as mature.
Yeah,
But then again,
I did click the mature button when we started, so
all right, I say fuck shit all the
specifically
time. So
not for children.
yeah, specifically, we will be talking about dildos. It's in the script, the IP script that we definitely do every week. It's okay. I know Berg doesn't mean it, right? Right, Bergs?
It's true,
Right?
I don't.
Right? Yeah.
I love and appreciate you both very much.
I was with two very conservative people today,
Yeah, how'd that go?
and I had my nail varnish on today. You know how that always goes.
Did they comment?
Zoe, like, I thought, is that still the same like paint? Like, because one of my nails is still the same paint on from Warhammer World. Is that still the same paint from a couple weeks ago? Immediately, their head snapped to my nails. A man wearing nail varnish.
Damn.
Their eyes just grow like saucers, right? And I'm like, yeah, they're still on, still good. And they immediately look away and look at the football on the screen. You could just there's just body language.
Yeah.
Very good at reading it.
Yeah.
It's always so fun to people watch.
It is fun to people watch. It's one of my favorite pastimes, TBH, by the way. Just people watching.
Yeah, it's fun. I used to have a friend. I don't have anyone to do it with now, but I used to have a friend where this is where I used to live. We literally just would go into our local town center and just sit down in the middle of the town center, and we'd literally just people watch, and we just say what their story is, what we think their story is.
That's neat.
That
sounds really cool.
It's just. It was it's pretty cool, because we wouldn't shout and yell about it. We'd just be talking oh, there's a nice couple over there. What do you think they do? What's their life? FAPS, actually, Shoji. FAPS. We spoke about this prior.
Wait, what?
The acronym for First Day Plays is FAP.
Have you FAPS today? No, I like it. Make sure you
go to your sis. Yeah, every day.
Sometimes twice.
Yeah, maybe. Good on your sister for nonchalantly normalizing. I love that. Yeah, my sis does that a lot. I don't think my mum is used to it yet. Still. Exactly. Yeah. Not so. It's it's like saying someone's hair looks good or whatever you're wearing looks good. My sister is great because every time I go out, she always says, "You look so good, James." Every time I go out, and although my anxious side is always saying to my head, "No, you don't." It's very nice to hear that, even as a man, and as a man, you don't hear it much either. So it's really nice to hear. So when someone compliments your nails, it's really a positive thing. It should never be looked at negatively. And it's one of the most. It's also one of the most innocent things you can say to somebody, as well. Your nails. I also do this thing where I notice people's eyebrows a lot. I don't know what it is about my eyes, but I always notice people's eyebrows, and I always mention. I can't not mention it every time I see them if they have good eyebrows. I always say, "Your brows look amazing today." I always say that. It's very, very similar with nails as well. about a lot of them. Exactly, Sherry. Exactly. Yeah, and I understand that. Yeah. But I think that's kind of worked against, folks as well. I think that's kind of, I mean, not to get deep into it, but I think that's why, a lot of blokes, typically cis het blokes are, don't have that kind of love in them because they don't get that kind of enrichment for themselves.
For real, for real.
These boots looking good so far.
They do look good so far. So excited to be here.
So excited to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, huh.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I got a friend that I feel like right now I have a yearly, I would like to say debate. They were probably arguing about how they treat people.
Do they treat people like an asshole?
Things every time I have a discussion with them, it's always like, they are cis het, and they like, they like women, and they always, every single woman they meet that is just a very stereotypically attractive woman, they will beeline onto and just hyper focus on, and say that they love them, and then they will contact them, and then like things either go one way or another, and then like a month will go by, and then they get bored, and then they start making up reasons of why they don't like this person. This happens every time.
That's funny.
Every time. And I just keep saying to the dude, you gotta start loving yourself. You don't love yourself. That's why you need others to try and love you for you. Right? And like I said, you gotta be single and be happy and be like, be comfortable being single. And they keep saying to me every time we have this, they keep saying to me, I'm not built like that. I'm like, and that's probably why you need to do it. Just, some folks that get real lucky and they meet like their one real early,
like super duper early,
and that's great, right? But some people just need to learn to step back and love themselves, because if you try and fill that hole with somebody else, it's always going to go wrong. Always.
Not always. You can sometimes fill that hole with somebody else and have a great time.
You definitely can. Yeah, but you also have to. You also. Oh my god! While they're spraying 2 holes.
Yeah. You picked it up.
I've come the grimacing. Yeah, it is very grimacing at the same time, because they always say to me stuff like, "Oh, I just don't live my life like you, James." I'm like, you think I live my life in a certain way? Like, I don't, because they believe I'm like, and this is like, by the way, this is a popular thing between bisexuals and gay folk, right? They think I'm promiscuous.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
When I'm not at all, right? Like, oh, you probably can go out and you can get whoever you like. I'm like, this is far from the truth, my friend. I make friends. I make many friends, and that's about it. But we always have this discussion every year, and it always goes, always goes in the same direction.
Is you'd expect a conversation like that to go.
Yeah, I always do it because it's like, it's no skin off my nose to like try and help somebody, because they are a nice person. It's just when it comes to relationships,
right?
It's damaging for them and the person they have their latest fascination with. Anyway, that was the dating 20 minutes with James, and what you should and should not do.
Stay tuned for more dating tips. With me, a guy who hasn't dated in almost 20 years.
But you found your one.
I did.
Yeah, he's great.
He's great.
in your grade too?
I try really hard.
Yeah, I knew. Oh man, I knew a couple. I can't remember the name. I know the guy was called Adam, but I can't remember the other person. But they met in school at like 13 years old, and they are still together.
My parents were high school sweethearts, and then like separated because he joined the army, and she like became an activist for a bit, and then met up again after like they each had like a failed marriage,
Okay.
and then we're together until the end.
Oh. I'd say there's one thing about me. I love a good romantic story. This is so nice. Like, it's because there's no enough love, right? So when I hear like a story like that, it just makes me happy. Secret motive behind this channel: giving great dating advice. With my first boyfriend. Ah, see, that's so cute. I love it. Rule number 1: delete dating apps.
Step 1.
Yeah.
Didn't exist when I was dating.
Oh yeah, I bet. Actually, yeah.
Again, this is 2008. What's an application?
Exactly. MMOs were you dating back then.
Yeah.
That's how you got together and got to know somebody. Sherry, we are not high school sweethearts though, because I went to an all-girls school and he's not allowed to be there. God, the way those. I went. I have a short story. I went to France.
This is the one where James got mugged in France by a teenager. By teens.
No. I mean, I did. That's another story, but Sherry just reminded me. When we went to France, we were in this hostel, and the girls got the premium hostel.
The premium one.
They got the main hostel. They got where all the customers should go, and the lads got the employees sleeping area. Because they wanted to separate the boys and the girls. You know, there was plenty of room in the hostel, but they wanted to, because we were all 15, 16 at that point. So, yeah, you get it.
I do.
And they did their best. The teachers did their best, but it did not
work.
Help. Nope. Every time I would again, Ace James back then didn't know that, I didn't understand it all, right? But I would always see that there was behind the employees hostel there was a wood, and there'd just be like an ant trail line of just.
I'm pretty sure there was a wood inside the hostel too. Hey,
there's a lot of wood inside that.
What's up? Woo!
Yeah, all right. A lot of bush too.
Oh snap!
Yeah, I remember the first time it happened. Her name was Chloe, I think, and she was going up. She was knocking on everybody's doors because she didn't know where her boyfriend was, right? And she knocked on mine, and she said, "Do you know where so and so is?" All right. And I was like, I think he's 2 doors down, whatever number. I can't remember. This is a long time ago, right? Thing is that a lot of dudes, it was like being in fucking prison. We've been locked away for 16 years because a lot of dudes will come out their doors and just start loitering in the corridor. It was really weird. But then she found a boyfriend, and what happened. But yeah, it was so strange. They didn't stop it at all. It happened. You can't not stop that.
Why would you? Why would you try?
There was literally no point. In fact, if they kept us all in one hostel, it would have been way easier to police.
Yeah.
because we would have been all in one place.
But why would you want to do that?
Exactly, but instead they put the boys in this hostel, which was far. It was like, I mean, walking distance. It was about 150, 200 meters, maybe. Right. So yeah, just like a couple minute walk. Like it wasn't that. Yeah, man, teenagers, very resourceful,
and also horny.
Also, and you know what's great? In France, the condom machines are just on the street,
all over the place. Yeah.
So you can just grab one, like for a couple of euro. Like it was, that's what they did.
Why wouldn't you?
Which, by the way, should be a thing everywhere.
Big agree.
Didn't I mean, not to, I don't, if you don't want to talk about it, that's cool. But didn't yourself and May meet in a MMO or something similar?
Yeah, we met online while playing AOL chat room.
Oh, that's so cute.
It was cute. Like freeform stuff. There was not much structure. It was just writing, collaborative storytelling.
And then you got published to each other.
Hell yeah.
Do you know what's annoying? Sorry to change the subject a little bit. What's annoying about the YouTubes is that can I move this chat? Oh, I can pop it out. There we go. Heyo, 2022.
Finally.
Figured it out. The boomer has figured it out. What are we doing? Oh, we're doing arms.
This is space too.
I'm not doing painting, obviously, because I've been out today, guys, so apologies. But I am trying to catch up on catalog in Bard Tongue, because I was a bit behind Bergs, so that's what I've been doing for the past, well, the beginning of the week, anyway. By the way, that coffee you got me, that salty siren?
Yeah.
Do you know what that is precisely?
Salted caramel.
It's salted caramel. Okay.
That's what it's supposed to be, yeah. Why?
I'm trying to find more of it. But it's expensive here.
Well,
I'm gonna... Oh no, I don't just want salted caramel. Whoops. Oh no, I don't want that shit. Roast. No? Rounds? There we go. Oh, it's not that expensive, actually.
how much
£8 for a 200 gram bag?
It's about what we sent you, right?
Yeah, I think what you sent me was $15 to $18, I think.
Yeah.
How good we go. It also might be in TJ Maxx.
We have those here.
Yeah, I think they're named different over there. What's yours over there? Is it TJ or TK?
We have TJ Maxx and Ross.
All right, so we're TK over here then. I know it's the opposite. Yeah, because it coincided with another shop we had here.
All right, that's gonna be it for today. By the way, I just wanted to block in some of the primary colors. I'm having some problems with my airbrush.
So, oh no.
I'm gonna try to clean it out real good.
Is it like I was gonna say, is it like a cleaning thing?
Yeah, probably. But I did get all my colors blocked in. Let me dump this out real quick and put this in my mixing solution.
Sorry, what's that, Sherry? Or was that wrong person?
So yeah, we have this done. I did mute the blue down quite a bit. I think it looks much better than it did. It's a subtle shift. It's more apparent on the pants. You can actually see it pretty well in the color shifting, where it's a subtle shift. But when it's going to be on a shelf with like really nice lighting, it's going to stand out, which is the goal.
That's a good blue.
It is a good blue. And then it contrasts well with his boots, which is a good boot brown.
You see the highlighting there. Looks great.
Yeah. And
It's one of the main reasons why I want a I always forget the name. What's the name?
Is that an airbrush?
Airbrush. It's just because it makes highlighting so much easier.
Yeah. And so here's the... No! Color correction. Fixing it up. Yeah. Here's this. How this fits in together. The trim is going to be gold, silver. The tassels here are going to be silver. The rest of it's going to be white, going all the way around. It's going to be dope. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Thank you to Sai for joining us in chat. Sherry and Kuship Choji. Thank you to James for joining us as well. James Payne. And thank you to James, who rushed home from his sister's birthday party to join us as well. Thank you again for continuing to support us as we continue to paint stuff. Thank you for all of the support you give us as a whole. And thank you for coming by to watch me paint. I do like doing it. These are fun projects for me. These are ones that mean a lot to me personally. Thank you all. Ivan Berger, y'all been great. Have a good night. Did I say goodbye to Choji? I should have. Goodbye, Choji. You get to be the last one if I didn't. I just want to make sure I did. Bye, everybody.